Hey, don't touch me, Alan. You have no permission. You've owned newspapers for years. You know that I don't need permission to move you. Why'd you cut off the health care if you're working? We didn't. That's all a lie. No, it's not a lie. You're lying. I'm not lying at all. You're lying. You could have been on our plan of the newspaper. No one. He hasn't given a raise to employees of the place once. What? I did leave. I'm not in the papers anymore. Right. So what about the people that are there? They should get other jobs. They're not. They should get other jobs. They're not happy. How about you just be ethical owners? Why not just be ethical owners? If you're going to still own the newspapers, why not treat people fairly? What's so wrong about that?
All right, that was brought to me by Strike Unity. And good evening, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that video. I didn't enjoy it when I got it. But the reason that I'm playing that for you tonight was because I wanted you to see this. This is Alan Block. Do you know who Alan Block is? He owns the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, Alan Block. Okay? And I welcome you tonight to The Way I See It. I am Ralph Williams. We're in Studio B tonight here at 808 Studios up here in Allentown, section of the city of Pittsburgh. I tell you what, we have a lot to talk about tonight. Plenty to talk about, believe me when I tell you this as well. All right, our Chinese wisdom tonight is circumstance do not make the man. They merely reveal himself to himself. So that's tonight's Chinese wisdom. All right, tonight we're going to get into our blast segment in a moment here, brought to you tonight by DJ Fun. DJ Fun is a party DJ. Give him a call at 412-545-4317. DJ Fun is a great DJ. He does parties, he does weddings, and he does special events. Give him a call today and tell him that you heard it on this program. And I tell you what, DJ Fun is no slouch. He's been in the business a long time. He's not one of these guys that's been around for 6 months and then wants to charge you thousands and thousands of dollars. In fact, his rates are economical. So why don't you give DJ Fun a call today, 412-545-4317. All credit cards are accepted as well. All right. Tonight's blast segment, speaking of Alan Block, I'm going to blast him tonight. And in case you don't know who Alan Block is, he is the owner of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. And I have to tell you, I'm very frustrated with him because what has happened is that Alan Block took away benefits from his employees, or the striking employees, more or less. He refuses to work with them. He refuses to give them the raises. They have not had a raise in 16 years. 16 years that Alan Block has not given his employees a raise. So that's why I'm blasting you tonight, Alan Block. And then whoever the female was that was with you in that video, okay, she ought to be ashamed of herself for lying. And then she's going to call the guy who sent me that video from Strike Unity, okay, Strike Unity, a liar. And he used to work for the Post-Gazette, so he knows the ins and outs of filming. And then he's going to get ignorant and use foul language because he's pissed off because somebody questioned him about what was going on. That's why I'm blasting you tonight, Alan Block, because you're wrong. And the female that was with you, I don't know if that's your wife, your girlfriend, your sister, somebody you just met in the mall. I have no idea who that is. But that woman's wrong. She said that Alan Block did not take away the benefits of the striking employees. Full of crap. That's the situation. Alan Block, why did you lie? Why did your female friend lie? Why did you use obscene language when you know the Strike Unity people were right? Okay? And I know your family's been under a lot of scrutiny over this, but there's no reason for that. Okay? All right? That's like there's no reason for why, and I'm going to talk about this again tonight, the disrespect that I get because no one wants to return my emails and my phone calls. You don't want to be on my, I'll talk about that later. Let's finish up our blast segment here. The Brighton officer charged with insurance fraud and making false reports. You know something? This is why people have a problem with the police. Okay, and this is a big time reason why that they have issues with the police. Okay, is because the reason why they have problems with the police is because the police do stupid things. Now, this Brighton officer, I'm blasting you tonight because you should have never been involved in insurance fraud. And not only were you involved in insurance fraud, but you also made false reports. Okay? Shame on you for doing that. And in this day and age, you would think that people would stop doing that. And they haven't. They haven't stopped doing it at all. It just continues to happen and it continues to go on and everything else. All right? All right, next, the people who feed the deer and then complain because they're eating their flowers. All right? Look, stop doing it. We have a deer problem in this state, in the city, in the county. I've given the city suggestions. I'm going to give county council suggestions, okay, as to what to do. And you can take my advice for what it is, but I tell you, it's the right advice. And I'm blasting all of you out there, including my own sister, who feeds deer. Oh, it's so nice to feed the deer. Oh, it's so nice to do that. Oh, it's so nice. It really is.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice to feed the deer, isn't it? But then when your vehicle plows into a deer, oh, we got too much deer. That's the way I see it tonight with that. Next, Pittsburgh City Inspector who decided to shut down a business who's trying to make money for the holidays downtown. This city inspector, whoever he is for the city of Pittsburgh, had a lot of nerve to go into this business and shut it down and wouldn't let him open up for Christmas, and he had to spend a ton of money on other things for Christmas, okay? So, you know what? That's just terrible. You know? Yeah, exactly. All right? The city inspector that did this, I know what it is about this. Oh, well, maybe we could slide a couple bucks to you. No, not at all. All right? You should not have done that. You know what's going on with businesses these days. Okay? But for you to go down there and shut this man's business down and wouldn't let him open for the most key important weekend of the year, the light up night weekend. And then finally you let him open for Thanksgiving weekend after he already lost money. All right? And I'm blasting you for this tonight. And that is the way I see it on that as well. All right? Next, the Vandals. Once again, twice in 2 weeks. I don't know what's going on with these people. I don't know if it's the charity that this guy is doing stuff with. But once again, the man in Beaver Falls who put up the great Christmas display, and everyone comes by and looks at it. Once again, and for a second week in a row, I have to blast you because you Vandals, again, are terrible. Why would you even do this? Why? Why? What is the purpose of cutting wires on this guy's property because you're pissed off at him because of what he's done? What is wrong with that? Or is there something really wrong with you that you needed to do this? Tell me. Tell me what's wrong. Why are you cutting the wires on this guy's lights? You're jealous because, oh, well, he gets exposure on the news. Well, it's because he's doing something for people, everybody. He's doing something for a charity. And now guess what? The charity has to suffer because of you. I know you're probably sitting at home laughing. You think it's funny. It's not funny at all because I'll tell you what, if I could, I would, but I'm not. And that tonight is the way I see it. That ends my blast segment, brought to you by DJ Fun, 412-545-4317. Call DJ Fun today for all of your DJ needs. You need a DJ for a party, a wedding, or a special function, give DJ Fun a call today. And the rates are economical as well. Bonehead, our boneheaded moves tonight. The guy here in my building on Saturday morning at 7 o'clock in the morning decides he's going to light something on fire in his apartment. And guess what? The fire alarm goes off, scares my dog, wakes me and my wife up. Okay, 7 o'clock on a Saturday morning. You know, on Saturdays when I don't have nothing going on, I love to sleep in. All right, but I couldn't this Saturday because of this bonehead. So this is one of my boneheaded moves for today. All right. So anyway, that's one of my boneheaded moves. The next one, the guy who acted unlawful on a Southwest Airlines plane from Houston, and then had to inconvenience everybody because this airplane had to land because of you. All right, so there you are with that one as well. There we are. Yeah, exactly. Here we go. All right, the restaurant, a Chinese restaurant who was washing their pots and pans in a lake and got caught. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe that a Chinese restaurant was washing their pans in a lake, but they got caught this time. All right, next, the next bonehead move. The driver who drove through the Squirrel Hill tunnels to avoid police and then drove on the sidewalk this weekend. I have no idea what this person was thinking. I really don't know. Excuse me for a moment. I really don't know what this person was thinking of, but anyway, I don't want to know, and I can just imagine that. All right, tonight, my life story. We have a lot to talk about tonight on our key topics, including about Alan Block, and I'm going to talk about that later. You saw the video at the beginning of the start of the show here on The Way I See It, and we're here every Monday night at 7 p.m. On Twitch, Facebook, and on YouTube. And also, you know what? I tell you what, I've been getting a lot more subscribers. I'm over 50 now. Okay, and you can subscribe to my YouTube page on YouTube. And what you can do is by doing that, you just go on and subscribe. You watch my archive versions of all the shows, Sports Corner with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier, The Way I See It here on Monday nights at 7 p.m. You can. I sent in if you were on my Facebook page today, I sent out an archive version for everyone to watch today, and I'm going to be doing that a lot on my Facebook and Twitter pages. So take a look at some of that stuff, especially on my Facebook page in regards to some of my archive versions. But go on my YouTube channel, and you can also subscribe as well. My life story this week, well, it was Thanksgiving last week. And, it was a great Thanksgiving dinner. My mom and my wife and I, and we invited a friend over of my wife's who, didn't have no place to go, which is a great thing. I mean, a lot of people, they do that stuff. All right. And I do it every year. Okay. And so also took off Wednesdays from all my shows, the wrestling, talking wrestling. And then Wrestle Talk was supposed to go on Wednesday night, but we had a last minute cancellation of the show because my producer and other co-host Mark Mancini down in LA had a meeting with somebody that came up at the last minute, so we could not put the show on Wednesday. But don't worry, this Thursday, Wrestle Talk will be back on Blog Talk Radio. 347-205-9631 is the number to call to listen to the show. We talk WWE, AEW, and a whole lot more, all on Wrestle Talk Thursday nights. Wednesday night is Talking Wrestling, and that's with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch as well. So don't forget about that on Wednesday night. That starts at 7:30. Thursday night, we start Wrestle Talk at 8 p.m. Don't forget tomorrow night, Sports Corner. We'll be talking about tonight's Steeler game. And then also we'll be talking about, I tell you what, college football. Man, the coaches that got fired this in the last 2 days since Saturday, Sunday and Monday have been just a filled all the way. It's like Niagara Falls in firing coaches. So we're going to see how this. We're going to talk about that and a whole lot more tomorrow night on Sports Corner. My special guest is Leo Haggerty, and I've had Leo on the show before, but he'll be on tomorrow night. He's from Tampa. He's going to talk about the Buccaneers, and also we're going to talk about these coaches getting fired and where we think the championship is going to go in college football. Michigan, Ohio State, and a bunch of people. Pitt football season ending. We're going to see. I'm going to get some opinions from Smoking Jim and myself. We're going to dissect what has happened with Pitt's season this year, and of course the Pirates, Penguins, and also a whole lot more a lot of high school action. So we'll talk about that tomorrow night, 8:30, right here on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. And that is Sports Corner. All right. Went to my orthopedic surgeon today. I go every 3 months to get cortisone injections in my body. I have issues with some stuff. I get 2 of them. They're spread out every 2 weeks apart from each other, but I get them every 3 months. I have some issues with my health, and I need to get cortisone injections. So I go there. Upon going there today, decided to stop at the Staples over at the Village of Eastside over in East Liberty there on Penn Avenue. And the hired help in there was rude and very ignorant. Okay. Now, you know what? The society today is becoming a serious issue with this rudeness, this ignorance, this. I just don't know why we are so angry. All right. Now, we're so angry, but we went out for Cyber Monday today. For Cyber Monday today. Or I'm sorry, Black Friday. Spent $91.5 billion. I'm sorry, $9.1 billion in sales for Black Friday. And that's just in cyber sale. That's sales on the internet. That didn't include the folks who went to the mall and waited outside like a bunch of goofs, okay, to get something that they wanted. All right. Remember, they used to put the tents up. They used to stay outside. They used to camp out, to get something at Best Buy or to get something at Walmart or whatever. Oh my gosh, it was crazy. And they still do it. Apple Store on Walnut Street over in Shadyside. And I think they have one out in Mount Lebanon somewhere or Upper St. Clair someplace. Okay. Always, and I say always, has a line for I got to have the latest Apple. I got to have that. No, not me. I don't need it. You know what the easiest thing for Christmas to do is go out and get gift cards. Okay. You can go out, you can get these Visa gift cards and these, they're Visa and MasterCards or whatever. But I want to tell you, I'm going to warn you. They're actually not gift cards anymore. They're turning them into debit cards again. And what I mean by that is you can keep reloading them, but they don't use them they don't tell you they're a gift card now. They tell you they're a debit card. Okay. You can put $40, $60, $100, whatever you want on it, and just tell those people to go buy whatever they want. Or get them a gift card from a favorite restaurant or something they might like to eat at. Okay. And just put it in a card and send it right to their house. Stamps are not that expensive. Put it in an envelope. And guess what? You don't have to do that much. Do you see what I'm saying? Or order something online and have it delivered. That's the easiest thing to do. All right. I'm not personally going to be walking around in no mall. Well, I don't walk anyway. Okay. I'm handicapped in a wheelchair. But anyhow, I'm not going to go and waste my time walking all over a mall when I don't need to. I can have stuff delivered. All right. So, went to Staples today after I fought on the phone today with FedEx. Okay. Now, my wife had surgery on her toe and unfortunately had to get it amputated. But anyhow, she was going to supposedly use a knee scooter. And if you don't know what those things are those little scooters with four wheels, and you put your knee up on top of a cushion, and you walk around with it with one leg and you push it. It's called a knee scooter. Okay. So I had to send it back because we don't need it. All right. So I'm fighting and fussing. FedEx calls me today. Oh, I came over your place. No, I know I wasn't here. Okay. But the package is so big, I have no room in my apartment for it at this time. All right. I'm done with it. I had it in my apartment and it just clogged everything up. All right. So therefore, what I did was I put it outside to be picked up in front of my apartment. They were supposed to get it on Friday, never picked it up. Okay. Never came on Saturday. Sometimes FedEx comes on Saturday. All right. So what had happened was they were supposed to come today. They claimed they came here and the box was unacceptable. Now, they're telling me I need a return label. Well, how am I supposed to get a return label when I didn't open the box? So what does that mean? There's no return label. Okay. So I figured there's one on the box already, being that it was going back. Well, here they're fussing and fighting and arguing. We're going back and forth. So I go to Staples and my wife goes in to go get this handled. I got an email from the company. They gave me a return slip and I went in to go have it downloaded and then print it out and everything. It was a mess at the Staples in East Liberty. Those people that work in there are the most ignorant, nastiest, angriest people. All right. We're going to talk about that tonight because I'm still haven't finished. It's not the end of the year yet. And to the end of the year on this program, if you're new to the show, I'm doing a series till the end of this year in regards to working, laziness, employers doing this, that, and whatever. Okay. So today we're going to talk about angry employees. Okay. All right. That's my life story, by the way, everybody. That happens to be it there. Okay. Well, let's get started here with our key topics. And this is part of it because it's my series topic. And my series topic is this. All right. You have angry employees. And you know, a lot of these jobs are paying well. $12, $15, $20 an hour. Some of them aren't. Some of them are. Okay. I know for a fact Dollar General's not paying that much money. They've been paying $8.50, $9, whatever it is an hour, maybe even 10. Okay. Some of them were paying, but I've said this on prior shows, and I'm going to say it here again tonight. And that is that it turns out that it's not just the people being lazy, which I thought that's what it was. All right. So I just started to start a series because I got information about the medical field. Here I was blasting them, going on and on about this and that. And I apologize for that because, excuse me for a moment. I apologize for that because I wasn't aware that it was the people. I thought it was just, well, we're going to give up the ship. And I knew and I had information that the medical people are working long hours, which they still are. Okay. And there's going to be a big shortage at the hospitals because these nurses and these doctors are working too many hours. You got too many people at the hospital. They're having problems now taking care of people. All right. Those urgent care places, as I said prior, okay, when I did the series, on the medical field, and they're shorthanded, is that they're making more money now than they ever made. And why? Because people are waiting too long at the hospital ER. 9 hours at Children's Hospital. 9 hours here in Pittsburgh. 9. And there's more. There's people waiting a long time. But with that comes no patience. They don't want to wait. So they're giving the medical people a hard time to the point to where they don't want to do this no more. And now it's happening in the pharmacy. It's happening at the drugstores. It's happening at the Rite Aid. It's happening at the Walgreens. All right. So now everywhere we go, we have angry employees. Okay. Now, I don't know what the qualifications are to work at Staples, but maybe you have people working there who perhaps can't get a job anywhere else. All right. But they either have a problem with their background or they have a problem with their, with the drug testing because they don't want to stop doing drugs. Okay. Drugs are more important than a job. Drugs are more important than helping you or, making money for your family and supporting your family. All right. Maybe that's why they're angry, because they can't go out and get the job that they want. And again, I don't know what Staples hiring practices are. I don't know. But 99% of the jobs today have background checks and drug testing. All right. The biggest problem with Port Authority hiring drivers, school bus companies hiring drivers, it's not that they don't pay. They can't pass a drug test or background check. That's the biggest problem. Because, I have a topic for you later on, and we're going to talk about this. The state liquor stores, actually, their sales are down. Down. For the first time ever. I can't believe what I'm seeing. That the liquor stores are actually down.
Wow.
Okay? The liquor stores are down in revenues in the state. Isn't that something?
Wow.
And I was going to say, and part of, next year, the funding ends for state public transportation. That's PRT, Pittsburgh Regional Transit, SEPTA in Philadelphia, Westmoreland County Transit, Beaver County Transit, whatever kind of transit company, Amish Transit, whatever. Okay. All right. They will lose, the funding ends next year. All right. And we're trying to come up with other solutions because the Turnpike laid an egg. All right. Okay. But getting back to this, I think that's why there's angry employees. They're not happy. Employers are not making them happy. And that's where we are again today on some of this stuff with this COVID. It started out with COVID, and then it worked its way all the way up. And now nobody wants to, some people don't want to work, and it's not their fault. They just don't, they're just lazy. They want to play Xbox. I know someone that does that. Capable of working, could go out and get a job making $20, $30 an hour. Don't want to work. Wants to sit at home and play Xbox. Okay? All right? Every single profession around is having problems finding people. They're having problems keeping people because people can go to other jobs, make more money, get better benefits, whatever it is. There's a lot of them now. A ton of jobs. They're everywhere. Okay? But we have inflation problems. But we broke the record for Black Friday sales on the internet. And today is Cyber Monday. Today was Cyber Monday. It goes all the way to midnight tonight. Okay? And I could just imagine what the sales are going to be on that. All right? Brick and mortar stores are becoming obsolete unless you're a small business. And some of these companies, at least some of the ones, real estate companies here in town here in Pittsburgh, charge an arm and a leg for rent. You got to take out a loan. Utilities, employees, the health inspector, if you have a restaurant, you know what I said earlier about that, right? Okay. So what I mean is
Wow.
that's what it has to be in order for you to own a business. And owning a business these days, that's why I say to people, why do you even open a business right now? Why? Why? Why would you even open up a restaurant or even a brew pub or anything with this economy? And last week I talked about hotels. Okay. You know what the second area or second profession or line of work is struggling right now? The service industry. Waiters, waitresses, restaurants, they're struggling to get help. And it's because of the angry people. It's because of the people that think they're entitled to have everything at the snap of their fingers. That's the way I see it tonight with that. We're going to get into our key topics here. Let's get started. Alan Block. Okay, if you watched the show at the beginning, I played a video that was filmed by the labor people who were involved in this strike with the Post-Gazette. Guy was an employee there, decided that he was going to go and find Alan Block, and he did. And it was filmed at a mall, and I don't know which one, okay, because I don't go to too many malls. I've only been, as of late, I haven't been to any in a long time, so I don't know how they're structured now, all right? But what I do know is that Alan Block was out on Saturday, I guess shopping or doing whatever, and this guy decided to go out and ask him some tough questions. And one of the questions that he asked Alan Block was this: why did you take benefits away from your striking employees? Why haven't you given them a raise in 16 years? So this woman that's with Alan Block, and again, I don't know if that's his wife or whomever, says it's all a lie. Now, explain to me how a striking employee gets on the news, and the news even promoted it, the news even said it, because they have the facts. Most of the time, these news people, for credibility purposes, have the facts. And the facts are, and I had that fact that I gave you tonight at the beginning of the show to start the show off. All right. Alan Block of Block Publishing, who owns the Post-Gazette, the Toledo, whatever, and the Akron, whatever. I mean, he owns a whole bunch of newspapers, okay? Has done the same thing to them that he's done to the Post-Gazette. The unions, on the other hand, have to sit there and they have to eat it. And that's not fair. All right? And that's why they're on strike. And I don't blame them. At one point, I was willing to say, okay, well, maybe because of the struggling newspaper business. Print business these days with newspapers isn't all that great, everybody. You have to go online practically to watch or to read a newspaper. There's still a few out there that put papers out. Okay? COVID hit that too. All right? So, print newspaper is not even there hardly anymore. Everybody's going online. You have to go online to get this, to get that, to get this, to get that. There's not too many print newspapers out there. The Tribune Review, Post-Gazette only puts a couple days a week out there. You can't even get a Sunday paper if you're lucky. Okay? Those days are over. USA Today has gone strictly format. New York Times is getting ready to do it. The Wall Street Journal, they're all getting ready to go electronic. The days of, if you're a business person, the days of reading the Wall Street Journal with a cup of coffee and a donut aren't happening. Because you're getting on your tablet or your computer or on your phone and you're watching it on there. I'm fine. I understand what the blocks are going through, but 16 years without a raise? Are you joking? What is going on here?
Wow.
Yeah. What is wrong with you, Block family? Then you refuse to negotiate, and then you negotiate, you still, I guess what they call lowball the union. You still lowball your employees. Do you see what I mean, Block? Then you want to know why on Saturday somebody showed up at a Block family wedding down at the Duquesne Club. Okay? Last Saturday, a bunch of people from the Post-Gazette striking workers and protesters and people like myself who probably would have been down there if I knew about it. Because I support them. Okay? They were at the Duquesne Club, the Block family, for a Block family wedding. And then Alan Block gets cornered, and then he starts using foul language because he's angry because this former employee who quit because of this, okay, all right, goes and asks him tough questions and tries to present facts. And then you're an a-hole or this, that, or whatever. They bleeped it out, and I don't blame them. And then the woman that's with him called this guy a liar. A liar. We're not the liars, Blocks. You are. You're the liars. You're the ones that are cheating out your employees. You're the one that's doing this, this, and this. I'm working on getting a communications union representative on here from either the national office or one of the local branches in town around Western Pennsylvania. I've reached out to them. I haven't heard back from them yet. Oh, I'm sorry. I have. They're working on it. But at least I get back. Okay? So they'll either be on this show or on my Ralph Williams one-on-one show, which is also archived. I've done 2 of those. That show is on the guest time because I have a difficult time on Monday nights when this show is on, getting people to come on here as guests. So I created a show called Ralph Williams One-on-One where I can do it on their time. So if they call me up or email me or send smoke signals or whatever it is they do to get a hold of me, and they say, Ralph, I would be a privilege to be on your show, and I can make it Thursday at 4 o'clock. It's fine. As long as it doesn't interfere with my current slotted shows, I don't have a problem with that. Okay. Thursday, I have my live call-in show on PCTV channel 21, Comcast 47, Verizon Cable. My monthly live call-in show with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier in Sports Corner. Before that, at 4 o'clock, live on PCTV's Facebook page, is going to be the way I see it, my TV version, which you can catch on their Facebook page and on a rotating basis on PCTV. Okay. Alan Block, shame on you. The way you treat your employees and then use the F-bomb and then push somebody away, you almost knocked the guy over because you're upset because he was questioning you about what's going on with this strike in your workers. And then and then the lady friend or whoever that lady was that was with you is going to say that he's a liar. No, lady, not a liar. Okay? It's for real. Like Kurt Angle would say, it's real, it's damn real. And this program's real, and that's the way I see it. Next. Cyber Monday today. Big thing about Cyber Monday. Woo! Wow. Big deal about Cyber Monday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, here we go. Yeah. Oh, Cyber Monday. Oh, Cyber Monday. Yeah. There we go. Black Friday. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Black Friday. That's the way I see it tonight. I'm not going to go no further. Chinese restaurant. Here we go. A Chinese buffet. It was somewhere in Florida. Okay. And I've eaten at my share of them. All right. I don't these days. I'm trying to lose weight. Haven't been to one for a while. They're nice. You eat all you want. But most of these Chinese restaurants, and I have a buddy of mine who was a victim of this. Okay. There's a Chinese buffet in Green Tree right on Noblestown Road. I'm not going to mention its name. If you live in Pittsburgh here or in Western Pennsylvania, you probably may have been there. It's in the old Ponderosa. And he went in there to go eat one time. And, him and his sons, they like to eat. when they go to these places, just like anybody else that goes to a place like this, or a Golden Corral, or a China, or an Italian buffet, or whatever it is. If it says all you can eat, they're there. Okay. He's sitting in there, he's eating. He had about 8 plates. The owner of the restaurant came up and whispered in his ear, "Haven't you had enough?" Now, I know for a fact, because again, I have some friends that I used to work with at one time, and a couple of them are deceased. Big, tall guys, 6'7", 6'9", 6'4", big, huge, tall guys. Heavy, can eat. Decided to go into this Chinese buffet in Oakland. I believe it's still in business. I'm not sure. It's on Forbes Avenue. I've been in there. Okay. Went in there and they ate. Week later, they decide to go back. The owner comes out with a cast iron pan in his hand, ready to come and go after him. He told him, "Get out of here! Go to my you cost me money." You cannot, if you're going to do something like this, and you have a restaurant, and it says all you can eat, you can't do that. You can't kick people out. "You cost me money. You eat too much. You cost me money." You can't do that. And then he threatened to call the cops on my friends. That's even the worst of it all. I wasn't there. I didn't see what happened. All I know is they all told me the same story. Okay? You can't do stuff like that. Whisper in someone's ear. Well, down in Florida here, this Chinese buffet decides if you've eaten too many plates to their discretion, which I guess maybe is 4 or 5, maybe 6, 8 plates. I don't know how many plates. They decided that they're going to charge you a fee for every plate beyond that. So let's say I go there, I eat 8 plates. If I want a 9th plate, I got to pay a fee. They got in trouble for that because you cannot do that.
Wow.
Okay? That's unacceptable. Look, I got nothing against the Chinese or these buffets. I like Chinese food just like everybody else does. Okay? But I have a problem when it says all you can eat. All right? Well, that's like going into a Golden Corral. I worked at a Golden Corral. There were these 2 ladies that used to come into the Golden Corral that I worked at every Sunday. I started at 11 a.m. and sometimes I worked breakfast, and I worked from breakfast all the way to close of the evening. So I got to work breakfast, lunch, dinner. I got to work all 3, okay? All 3 of them, breakfast, lunch, dinner, all right? They would come in at 11 a.m. Access would bring them, which is a mode of transportation for handicapped people and senior citizens. All right. Now, they would show up, big, heavy set women, probably each one of them weighed about 500-600 pounds. The interesting thing about it is, and again, I'm surprised the chairs never broke. Okay. They sat there from 11 a.m. until the time we closed up. Stacks of plates, had to be about 20 of them, stacked up on the table. Cups and drink. Cups stacked up. We eventually had to bust the table. But do you see what I'm saying? Golden Corral didn't kick them out. Okay? I know what you're saying. I own the business, and you're not going to eat like that here. Well, you know what? They don't have that kind of business, if that's what you're going to do. And that's the way I see it tonight. Next, Kennywood. I don't promote Kennywood on this program. I have some beefs with Kennywood. One of them is the fact that they are disrespectful to handicapped people by charging me $40 for a ride all day pass, and I don't ride. I'll be lucky if I get on one. But why should I pay like that? Okay? They don't have a general admission. Okay? I went to Kennywood once this year, and that was for a special event. Pierogi Festival. That's the only reason I went. I have no other means to be there. All right. The price was affordable. Plus, you have to pay for your own food, of course. All right. So Kennywood has said now that they spent $1 million on this brand new ride. Kennywood, why don't you spend $1 million on security? You've had issues there over the course of the summer. In case you're not aware, you're right dead center in the middle of the Mon Valley, where there are two gangs, one in McKeesport and one in Homestead, that fight amongst each other. And it filters into Duquesne. And I know this because I talked to somebody in law enforcement. And trust me, they're working on it. Okay? Unlike the city of Pittsburgh, they're actually taking care of it. All right? The county's taking care of it. You have two gangs. And of course, there's going to be days when they're going to rendezvous or see each other at Kennywood. Downtown Kennywood, the waterfront. I hear the waterfront's having problems with these two gangs. Stealing, vandalism, theft, all kinds of stuff. Okay? So Kennywood, you should know better. Have lax in security. Somebody didn't do their job. And last month, we're still in November. It happened in October during the Halloween thing. Okay. Somebody dropped the ball. And let me tell you this. I would rather Kennywood take that $1 million and put it into some top-notch security. Oh, we can't have these guys walking around with guns. No. So what do? You go back to that silly policy, that stupid policy of,
Wow.
okay. Oh, anybody under 17 or under 18 has to be escorted by an adult. You're really going to enforce that, Kennywood, because you haven't anyway. You know what that is? That's your way out. That's your way of cooling the public down. Oh, Kennywood's doing something, so maybe I'll go to Kennywood now. Okay? Maybe I'll go there. Because when I went there, they went through my bag like you wouldn't believe. All right? I argued with security because we were 30 minutes late getting into the place. They were only open that day for Pierogi Day from 4:30 to 9 o'clock. Which made to me no sense at all. I know they don't have enough work or they don't have enough help because of COVID. Okay? Get a top-notch security company in there with guns, with mace, with whatever. Because I'm tired of that too. And don't handcuff them. But don't let them get out of hand. But don't handcuff them. Get a company that like handles stars that come to town. That handles executives. That type of security. Do you understand what I'm saying? All right. And let me say this to all you parents out there that take your kid to Kennywood. You can't have your cake and eat it too. You don't want people with guns, but you want to be secure. Something wrong with that picture, isn't it? That's the way I see it tonight about Kennywood. Police breaking the law. You know, I blasted two different police departments tonight. Baden, which I believe I forgot to. You know about that guy, that police chief that had to resign because he was involved in a situation where it went viral in regards to his having some kind of sexual activity or whatever he did, and it went viral. Okay. He resigned from Baden Police Department. Now you got this officer that I blasted tonight all right, that I blasted, and this Baden officer who did what he did, this chief, okay. And then the news, they interview these people and they go, it's not going to be tolerated here in Baden. That's like that time when they busted that massage parlor down in Peters Township. They had this elderly lady on. Her had to be about 90 years old with glasses going, we don't tolerate that kind of stuff here in Peters Township. Well, they did the same thing in Baden. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh, we're not going to tolerate that here. No. Oh, of course not. All right. This is why police are under a microscope. Stealing money, fraud in the police department, insurance fraud, false reports. The one in Baden, the chief in Baden, this one was in Brighton Township. The other one was in Baden. Beaver County seems to, any more these days, Ambridge had some issues, seems to be the hub for bad police. What's the problem? Oh, I know what it is. It's the casinos. They go to the casino and they spend all their paycheck. They go home and the wife gets mad. So to appease them, they go on exotic trips. Oh, I can't because I work for some cheap borough in Beaver County as a policeman. Okay. So you're going to steal money to go on vacation. Oh, I got to drive around in a Cadillac, or I got to drive around in some fancy car. I can't ride around in an average car. No. Let me tell you this. If I ever became exorbitantly rich, I wouldn't live like that because I wouldn't want no one to know. You catch what I'm saying? Okay. But it's because of people like that. It's just like teachers. You know how teachers, they have sexual activity with their students. They send sexy messages. You got them putting stuff on Instagram, nude pictures for their students to see. I mean, just everything. They make teachers look bad. And now nobody wants to be a teacher because they're under a microscope now. Okay? I know a Pittsburgh public school teacher who put his hands on a kid who was involved in a fight, and he got suspended. And now he don't know if he'll teach again. Not here, not in Pittsburgh public schools. I have a big announcement Thursday on my Sports Corner show on PCTV. I have a big announcement now on this show. I'm looking into running for school board for Pittsburgh Public Schools. I've had enough. I've watched their meetings. I've had enough. Okay? Somebody has to make a difference here. All right? That's the way I see it tonight. Next, the Michael Lamb. It was announced tonight. Michael Lamb is running for, as you know, he is the Pittsburgh City Controller. He's done a great job. He tried to run for mayor, didn't work, but he's going to run for county executive. And the interesting news about that is that there's going to be a lot of people running for county executive. Rich Fitzgerald's done after next year, the end of next year. And I've been told that there's already 10 candidates between the two parties, Republican and Democrat. Well, I wish them luck. I don't know. I heard stories Bill Peduto wants to run too, but I don't know if that's happened. I haven't heard nothing about Bill Peduto yet. The man who said he was going to go travel abroad when he was done as mayor and stayed here and didn't do it. I'm going to go travel abroad for a whole lot of years and I'm not coming back. I heard he's spending all his time at Cappy's Bar over on Walnut Street. Good for him. That's where he was when he was mayor anyway. Okay. Dressed up like Santa Claus last week or whatever. For light up night. Dressed up like Santa Claus. All of a sudden now, Bill Peduto wants to be involved in city activities like this, even though he's not the mayor anymore, after he told everybody he was traveling abroad. Talk about a liar. All right, that's the way I see it tonight. Next, speed bumps. You know what? I'm getting tired of speed bumps. Okay. I drive the speed limit on most streets anyway, maybe a couple miles over. I don't exorbitantly speed. I wish people wouldn't. But because of you, the ones who do, I have to suffer, especially when I'm trying to get someplace. All right. Okay. And I have to go real slow over the speed bump, real slow over the speed bump. You know, Sunday, I was on my way home from church and I stopped at a gas station up on Brownsville Road. And I put gas in my vehicle. My mom and I decided we're going to go down to the Dairy Queen down on 51 there. And we're going to get something to eat, ice cream cone or whatever. On my way down the side street, which street I'm not going to mention, there's a stop sign now at every single block. And it's 5 blocks to get that down to 51. 5 blocks. Every block now, there's a stop sign. Why? Because everybody treats it like a racetrack. Okay? Good luck trying to get city police to stop anybody for speeding or anything, because that doesn't happen. But that's the way I see it. Next, deer problem. You know, I'm on these people, and it's the truth. Stop feeding the deer. Okay? You're making it worse for everyone else like myself who drives and worries about hitting one because you feed them. And the city, I gave them ideas. I haven't seen anything move yet. The state or some of these counties, I'll tell you what you do. If you are someone or you know someone who's a politician in your borough, township, county, area, or whatever it is, this is what you do. You call the state game commission. You ask for a controlled hunt. You close the parks down in your area or a park or whatever. Some towns in this area, you go through one traffic light and you're out of the town. You're in, then you're out. Okay? To control the deer problem, you do this at least once, twice a year. You have a controlled hunt. You close down the park. The county could close down all their parks, South Park, North Park, and Deer Lakes. And Boyce. Close each park down, take 1 month out of the year, October. Okay? A special hunt. You can do rifle or you can do bow and arrow. And I know this for a fact. Mount Lebanon has looked into it. Bethel Park, South Park, those areas. Fox Chapel, O'Hara, they've done it. Why can't you? Why do I have to ride into a county park all the time and worry about hitting a deer? Okay? You approve gas drilling, but you won't approve a controlled hunt to get this deer population out of here. Now, what you do is you have each person, whether it's bow and arrow, rifle, or both, or whatever you do. I don't know, and I don't care. Just get rid of them. Okay? You take the meat. Each hunter is allowed 2, no more than 2 deer. You get rid of 2, each hunter, okay, or whatever. He has to donate 1 to the county. County takes that. They go to a butcher or whatever, the taxidermies or whatever, and they have the meat smoked. All right. When you have the meat smoked, then you take that meat and you donate it to the food bank. You donate it to the soup kitchen. You donate it to, whatever, the jail, the homeless shelter, the soup kitchen. You understand what I'm saying now? That's the logical way of doing it. Then you take the horns if you get a buck, and you auction the horns off. You take that money and you donate that to the food bank. You donate that to charity. How hard is this? It's not. But our elected officials make it hard. And people like you, and you know who you are, that feed these deer ought to be ashamed of yourself. because I don't want to hear it. Oh, they're eating my shrubs. I put out tomatoes and they ate them. Well, you know what? Don't feed them. Don't encourage your kids to do it either. Ooh, that Bambi looks so pretty. They're a nuisance and a menace. You catch what I'm saying? Wait till your car gets hit, or they'll slam into your car, or you hit one. Good luck trying to get an auto body shop to fix it. They can't even do it. They're 2, 3, 6 months behind. They're turning people away because they don't have enough parts. They don't have enough. There's so many people hitting deer. And we live in a world now where no one pays any attention to anything. All they worry about is the cell phone. All they worry about is themselves. Okay? That's all they worry about. They don't care about nothing else. All right? That's the way I see it tonight on our key topics. All right, let's run through some of our regular topics real quick here. Real quick. Irene Cara, singer Irene Cara, 63 years old. She died. They said she died in her home. They don't know the cause of death yet. Hasn't been revealed. 63 years old. Sad to hear about. Yeah.
KO.
Yeah, sorry to hear about that as well. All right. Sally Beauty Supply closing 350 stores worldwide. Well, you can't go get your wig. You can't go get your fancy hair, whatever women usually need to go to that place. Too bad. 350 locations closing up. Happy 264th birthday to the city of Pittsburgh. Oh, wow. There we go. Yeah. All right. It's about the only thing we'll give them credit for. Krispy Kreme offering 2 dozen of donuts today for Cyber Monday, or I'm sorry, $2 for a dozen of donuts tonight for Cyber Monday. All right. Next, country singer Toby Keith. Well, he's 61 years old, but he's been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and he looks awful. And he's not doing well. He's 61 years old. Sad to hear about Toby Keith.
Wow.
Yeah, that's terrible to hear about Toby Keith, about what's going on. Pray for him and Irene Cara's family. So Black Friday internet sales. Here we go. You ready? Alone, $91.9 billion in sales. That was just on the internet. That's even before Cyber Monday even got started. All right, Jay Leno out of the hospital. He's 72 years old. He just had burns on his face and some parts of his body. He's going to perform in the next few days. He's out of the hospital. Prayers were for him. Burned himself on the side of his face working on one of his cars. He's a heavy car fanatic, and he's going to be back doing his comedy routines. City of Pittsburgh looking for snow angels. Well, good luck with that. When I was little, it was no problem at all shoveling walks for senior citizens and people who can't shovel their walk. But now you can't get anybody to do it at all. So they're recruiting snow angels. So if you're interested in doing that, check on the City of Pittsburgh's website. Next, $9.1 million in funding from the casino revenue approved for local projects in Allegheny County. All right, next, the PA Fine Wine and Spirit Store, and I spoke about this earlier, have said that there is a decline in sales. Does that mean people have really cut back on drinking? Oh, no, you know what it is? They cut back on liquor because they can't afford it. So what they've done is they cut back. Instead of buying 5 bottles, they probably maybe buy 2 bottles a week or a month or whatever it is they do. That's probably what they did, because you can't go nowhere without having your booze. Okay? And that tonight is the way I see it. Don't forget, every Monday, 7 p.m. here. And don't forget, right now, as we speak right now, PCTV Channel 21 Comcast, 47 Verizon Cable, the TV version. of The Way I See It. You can catch that on Facebook, PCTV's Facebook page, or if you live in Allegheny County, Channel 47 Verizon and Channel 21 Comcast, you can catch it right now. It's on PCTV as we speak right now. Also, don't forget tomorrow night, 8:30 p.m. right here on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Sports Corner with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier. We have a lot to talk about tomorrow night. Wednesday night, talking wrestling, 7:30 with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier. We have a lot to talk about there because we took a week off. So we really have a lot to talk about as far as wrestling goes. WWE, AEW, and more. Also, Thursday night Wrestle Talk, 8 p.m., 347-205-9631 to listen to the show. Myself, Mark Mancini, and Smoking Jim Frazier. We are usually on. We started out at 30 minutes, then everybody wanted 45. Now we're an hour. For the next 3 weeks to make up for the lost time that we didn't have because of Thanksgiving, not having a show, we're going to do 3 Thursdays in a row of 1 hour. Okay. Also, this Thursday, our monthly live call-in show of Sports Corner with me and myself and Smoking Jim Frazier. 412-231-2288 is the number to call. Thursday night, we look forward to hearing from you. 6 p.m. start time, live call-in. Sports Corner, lots to talk about there as well. And don't forget, 4 p.m., between 4 and 4:30, live Facebook on PCTV's Facebook page. Live, The Way I See It, with me, Ralph Williams. We'll be talking some more about some of the stuff we talked about tonight. And also, please don't forget about watching it as well on PCTV's Facebook page on a rotating basis. Also, Saturday, 5 p.m., PCTV Channel 21 Comcast 47 Verizon Cable is another edition of Sports Corner with myself and Smoking Jim Frazier. The boxing authorities either on before or after. Claudia Rosano, Luther Dupree, Smoking Jim Frazier, Steel City Sports World as well. And also on Saturday, usually at 6 p.m., 5 o'clock myself, 6 p.m., Steel City Sports World. And then Sports Corner and the boxing authorities either is on at 4 or on 7, depending on what the station decides to do on Saturday. I am Ralph Williams. This has been The Way I See It. Everyone have yourself a great night, and thank you for watching.